What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy T back with another banger. I'm gonna check out what if the Indian subcontinent was one country. Wow, that is one way of thinking. If this was one country, I think a lot of things would be going on well. I think, and let's see. Anyway, let's not make all these assumptions. Let's check the video, see what they're talking about, and I'll give my thoughts at the end. Let's go. Tell me what you think as well in the comment section, man. Let's go.
Use the code RLL to get 10% off at checkout. The Indian subcontinent is huge, not only in terms of sheer land area, but also in terms of the region's population and cultural impact on our world. Currently, 7 different countries exist in the region: India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and the Maldives. So, what would it look like if all 7 of these modern countries united overnight to form a new and larger country that we'll be calling for simplicity Greater India? Well, for starters, the new country's population
For those who don't know, Bangladesh and Pakistan back then, it was just one country. I'm not sure about Bhutan and the Maldives. I think maybe back then they might have been just one country. But yeah, Bangladesh and Pakistan initially it was just one, baby. It was just one big country. Let's go.
Would be gargantuan. 1,728,904,000 people,
Dang.
or about 23% of the entire world's population. Almost 1 out of every 4 people. That is more people than live in North America, South.
Hold on, I couldn't help but see that. Look at this video right here. This dude.
Well, for starters, the new country's population would be gargantuan. 1,728,900,000.
Look at this dude right here. He's just there chilling in the middle of the road. Check him out.
And 4,000 people, or about 23% of the entire world's population. Almost 1 out of every 4 people. That is more people than live in North America, South America, the Caribbean, and Europe combined.
Crazy.
India alone has more people living there than the entire continent of Africa does, and that's only going to increase as time goes on.
Wow.
This can also be seen by taking a glance at the biggest cities across the new country, the top 3 being Delhi, Karachi, and Mumbai, all of which have higher populations than even New York City does in the US. Of the country's top 10 largest cities, 7 of them would be located in India, while 2 would be in Pakistan, and only 1 in Bangladesh. From this, it's obvious that India is basically the Jupiter of the Indian subcontinent, dominating the region's gravity and the smaller countries that orbit it by its sheer size. But what happens when we quit looking at the subcontinent divided by current political reality? If we look at an ethnic map of the area, it's confusing to say the least. There are over 2,000 different and unique ethnic groups present inside of India alone, in addition to 22 different major languages. Only the continent of Africa has a higher diversity of cultures, genetics, and languages than India does. But most of these Indian ethnic groups can be divided between 2 major families: Indo-Aryans, which account for 73% of hypothetical Greater India's population, and Dravidians, which account for 19%, with the remaining 8% being a mix of other, smaller groups. To expand on that, the region's linguistic diversity is every bit as diverse as you would expect. About 1/3 of the population would be able to speak Hindi, 15% would speak Bengali, another 12% would understand Urdu, while the Punjabi, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, and Gujarati languages would all have significant representation as well. 4 of the world's most significant religions were born inside India: Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Jainism, all of which continue to have a significant presence. Hinduism would make up the vast majority.
There's just a lot of things going on in India, man. If this was one country, with all these facts being just thrown out, and like this is not like you're thinking about it. No, these are things these things are already there right now. It's just stating them like this will be happening, this will be happening, and with all this, man, religion, culture-wise, main power, I think it would move forward very fast.
Of hypothetical Greater India at 63.6% of the population, while Islam would be a significant minority at 31.4%. Christians would only make up 2%, Buddhists would be represented by 1.7%, and Sikhs would make up the final 1.3%, with other religions only having a tiny following. About 34% of Greater India's population would be living in cities, with the remaining majority of the hypothetical country residing in the countryside. Perhaps the most challenging problem for the new country would be the region's economy. Hypothetical Greater India would have a combined nominal GDP of $3.4 trillion, which would make it the world's 5th largest economy. economy. But considering that India alone is already the world's 6th largest economy, all of the additional countries added in would only make it surpass the United Kingdom's economy, while remaining just behind Germany and Japan. In terms of GDP per capita measured in purchasing power parity, the average citizen of this country would be earning $7,265 per year, far below the global average of $17,300 per year. Citizens on average would be earning more than citizens of Uzbekistan or Vietnam, but earning less than those of Bolivia or the Philippines. The economy would, however, be capable of supporting a very large military budget of $83.8 billion US dollars, the 3rd highest budget in the world, but significantly behind the budgets of both China and the United States. Adding in the soldiers from all 7 modern countries, the hypothetical Greater Indian Army would have an active duty force of 2.6 million soldiers, the largest standing army in the world, with an additional 2.1 million in the reserves, which combined would give the new country the world's 4th largest total military size, behind Vietnam and the 2 Koreas. In the event of a war, however, Greater India would have the largest manpower reserves in the world to pull from. Some of the new nation's greatest problems would be its high unemployment rate, currently hovering around 10%, and the very young age of the average citizen, just 27.6 years old. This might not be a huge problem now, but as India and the rest of the region develops further, it's almost a guarantee that the country will face the same kind of demographic problems currently plaguing places like Japan, where the average age is a very high 47.3 years. Somewhere around 50 years from now, when India's population has likely begun to stabilize around 1.7 billion people, their population will thereafter begin to shrink just like it is in Japan and other developed countries around the world. Perhaps India and the entire region at large can learn from how currently developed countries are handling their demographic issues to prepare for their own future, just like how you can prepare for your own future or your company's future by going over to Squarespace next. Regardless of what it is you do, whether it's podcasting, art, blogging, or you're looking to create your own YouTube channel.
Okay, so now it's just about Squarespace. But yeah, man, this video wasn't bad. It was good. I enjoyed it, just thinking outside the box, including all these countries together. But what I've seen is most of these countries, they just came and added maybe like a 2 to 5%. Like India is still doing most of these alone, so all these countries, like we have added them, and you realize that it's still kind of like India is dominating, and all these things, India is the leader there. But anyway, man, it would have been amazing to see all these countries together. Just like, it would have been amazing to see, like, let's say, a united Africa, just one country, one massive country. It's impossible, but yeah, it's something that is just, you can think about, and just think about it, how far you would go, but it just stays there. It doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, man, much love to you guys. Appreciate you. Tell me what you think. You can give me more videos to check out. If you got ideas, if you have different videos you want me to check out, to react to, yeah, I'll do it, man. Love you all. Take care. I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.